Hello. Today, believe it or not, is my first day of school. Not with students though. We're just doing some professional development. I did not talk to you guys earlier today because it was mostly meetings and stuff, and I didn't think I'd have a chance to work in my classroom. So I just want to show you, I've been going all day and this is the time. Ta-da! So it's about 3:40. I am feeling pretty good. I am wanting to clean up some things, of course. If you look at my desk, there it is. I still have a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned up, and I just want to feel like I'm making some headway. I do need to finish the phone zone. I did fix hydrogen in my last vlog. Remember, I destroyed him. Whoops. So I'm going to fix that and finish that and hang that up. And then up there in the back of my classroom, it's really bare. So what I want to do is hang up these believe it or not, they're actually science birthday party decorations. Somebody very nice gave these to me, which I thought they were so cute. So I thought this was adorable. And we got this little guy. And I thought that up there, like all in the corner there, that would be like a perfect spot for them. You know, I can kind of space them out. I think it would look really good. So I'm gonna get that done. That way I can kind of clear off my desk a little bit, clear off the lab stations, and then I'll see if I feel good enough, I'll keep going. Okay, so I'm all done. I think it looks cute. I'm gonna stand from back here so you guys can see. So I tried to line it up as best as possible, but I think it looks really good. I did not end up putting anything on the left wall there because I thought it looked weird with having so few. They're big, but they're not as big as I thought they would kind of be on the wall. So I don't know what I'm gonna put over there, but I think that looks pretty good for right now. The next thing I wanna do is I want to finish my phone zone by using these niobium magnets. So I want to put these on. So thank you to the person on the last video. They suggested using these. So I'm going to do that right now. It looks like I just have to screw them in and I could put them right on the board. We'll see how they work. Well, those magnets are incredibly strong. You can see if I yank on this, this is not going anywhere. So that was a good investment. Great recommendation. So thank you. So I think for right now it is 4:46. I'm going to get out of here, go have some dinner, but I will be back here tomorrow to finish up some of the other details of my classroom. Good morning. A lot has happened since I last checked in with you. We had a virtual day for professional development yesterday. I actually couldn't come into school. Our area was hit very hard by Hurricane Ida. So, you know, everything's fine with me. The surrounding area, not so much. It's just in a year that was already going to be difficult. I think this is just another kind of rough thing that we need to get through. And so we're all, I think, feeling really sad and upset, and we're trying to push through and get ready for the school year. So for any of you out there that are dealing with the same thing, please know that you're not alone. And, you know, I hope you and your family are well. But you know, kids are going to be here next week, so I still need to push through and finish cleaning up my classroom and getting things done. Although some of the things that I wanted to do, I'm not going to be able to because some of the deliveries and things that I purchased have been delayed. So my classroom's not going to be completely done when school starts, but I'm going to do as much as I can as far as just cleaning up and whatnot. So for right now, I think what I want to do is figure out what I'm doing the first day of school. I know that has really nothing to do with my classroom setup necessarily. The reason why is because this year it's a little different. I actually have lab the very first day of school. So I have lab with each of my college prep chemistry sections. So I need to think about what I want to do. So I'm going to meet with my colleague in a couple moments. We're going to talk about that. Maybe I'll fill you in on it. I'm obviously going to talk a little bit about that when we have the first day of school next week, but I'm going to go do that because I want to see like what lab materials and stuff I want to prep, and then maybe I'll work on some of the classroom prep. I just got back to my classroom, so I have some fun things planned for my CP students, but like I said, I'll share it with you guys next week, but I did copy my lab, so I made the first copies of the school year. So what I want to do is I really need to focus on my room because I have a meeting at 12:30 and it's 12:05, so I'm going to try really hard to get stuff done. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to finish with my cabinets. So last year, I didn't label any of my cabinets. In fact, I wasn't sure where I was going to store things. So what I decided to do was instead of actually writing like labels for things, I thought what I would do is print out little like icons. So I have these little icons that I'm going to be attaching to the lab stations, and I thought it would serve two purposes. First of all, the students would be able to identify the piece of equipment, and then second of all, I'd be able to obviously make it a little decoration for the class. So I'm going to hang those up on my cabinets. Hopefully they stick pretty well. I think they'll be okay. I did, again, laminate these, and I just got these icons right off of Canva. I've talked about Canva, especially if you are like enrolled in the teacher prep room and did my digital interactive notebooks course. These are great. These are right off of Canva. I just printed them again on some neon colored paper, laminated them, and now they can function as a classroom decoration. Here we are, all done. I'm gonna be honest, full transparency, I don't love it. There's a lot of stuff, so I don't really know if I love it so much. I did dedicate like a modeling cabinet, so I've got all my Molly Mods and all the things that I do for modeling over here, but mostly I focused on this area of the classroom. I did do some up here, but I don't know if it's just because it's busy. I'm gonna live with it for a little while and kind of decide based on that. Honestly, I don't know. I kind of like the way I have the like arts and crafts cabinet situated. So maybe because that's really the cabinet the students are going to be going a lot in, maybe I'll just kind of leave that and remove it. But I'm going to live with it for a little while, see what I think. But now I have to move on, and I want to talk about this space right over here. So over here, this is where the students will come to get pencils, obviously, eraser caps, punch holes in things. They've got this fancy hole punch, sharpen their pencil and get filler paper. But here, what I wanted to do was kind of incorporate all these scientists that I shared with you guys last year. So remember, I took a bunch of scientists and I put a QR code identifying who they are, what they're famous for, trying to include scientists that have overcome adversity, right? And obviously African-American scientists, just again to show the students that you too look like a scientist, right? A scientist doesn't have to be a Caucasian male, for example. So I want to incorporate these into this space. And so my idea was to have this be a theme like, what does a scientist look like? And then when the student comes over here, they will see a mirror and they can actually see themselves in it. So what I did was I created these letters. Now, I do not have a Cricut, so this definitely took a lot longer than you probably would have if I had a Cricut. I don't know. I don't know if I would use it that much, so I ended up doing the old-fashioned way. I found a font that I liked, right? So I found a font that I liked, which I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. But my question, like I said, is what does a scientist look like? Now the I didn't cut out because I just wanted to show you what I did. So, but this is kind of what it looks like now. And then what I was thinking about doing, I don't know, I had to decide how to lay it out. This is my mirror. So I just found this frame from Walmart and I loved it. Because it matches kind of the gray color of the walls. And then I went to a glass place, and for like really inexpensive, I want to say it was like $13, I just had them put a mirror in it for me. So it looks really amazing. So the plan is, I think, to maybe put the word scientist on the mirror, but I don't know. I have to lay it out and kind of incorporate the rest of those scientists into my design. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to cut this one out because I didn't have a chance to do it. So I just want to show you how I did it. So I Colored the text, obviously, and then what I did was I attached a black kind of cardstock, and then I came in with these like knives, and I went through and I like cut all the letters out. Very time consuming, yes, I know, but I think these look pretty cool. I think they're gonna look really nice. So I'm gonna finish this one, and then I'll put it up, and then I'll see what it looks like. So when you do it by hand like this, you're gonna end up with something crazy that looks like that. And so what I do now is I actually use a Sharpie, so easy, and I just trace the edges and it blends right in. So I may cut off like some of the excess, but all I do is I just use a Sharpie to cover up some of that white excess. And then what I'll do is I'll create like this shadow effect like you see on these. I'll just use I'll kind of move it off to the side a little bit and then tape it using double stick tape so it looks like a shadow. I really like the way this looks, like with the words kind of staggered like this, but I think what's going to ultimately dictate what I do is the space that this is going to occupy. So this is a pretty small space. The mirror is going to take up a lot of the part of this wall. So I have to what I'll probably do, I guess, is put the mirror on first and then position the words around it, and hopefully that'll be okay. I'm just going to use these little command strips to attach this to the wall, put one on every single side. They're for 16 pounds, and then we'll kind of go from there. Maybe I'll just attach one to the wall so that if I have to remove it, it's not a huge deal. Happy Saturday. You're probably saying, Karen, why are you at school on a Saturday? I had a pretty significant malfunction with those letters yesterday. I tried to do the trick where you take a piece of masking tape, layer it over the top of the letters, and then attach it to the wall. And it was working beautifully. The letters looked so good. I was ready to start adhering them to the wall. And then when I started to slowly remove the masking tape, all of the ink from the letters came with it. So I had a little bit of a meltdown yesterday. I could not get on here and pretend that everything was fine because it wasn't fine. I spent a lot of time cutting them out. It's okay. So, but it's fine. I'm back. I'm going to make it work. In fact, last night I was offered this suggestion to print out the letters again, laminate them so they're not as flimsy to cut out. And then I used scissors to cut them out and that little Sharpie trick, and it was a lot quicker. So I learned something out of it. So here they are, my replacement letters. So now I'm going to put them on the wall. Okay, so this is what I was trying to do yesterday. Like I said, it is safe to use masking tape here because I laminated the letters. So now all I'm going to do is use this hot glue gun to glue these letters in place. All done, right? I think it looks pretty good. It's definitely not going to go anywhere. The hot glue works really well. So then the last step to complete this wall is to hang up some of these images that I used last year in my classroom. So I'll just kind of like hang them in the empty spaces along the wall, and then that will finish this project. All done. Doesn't it look great? I'm loving it. Sorry, it doesn't look very bright. Oh, now my camera's focusing. But I think it looks really good. I really like it. The only thing that kind of weirds me out is how you can see it's orange, blue, orange, blue. So I might change it, but that's just easy because they're just Velcro tabs. But I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with that. So then the only other thing that I want to finish that I talked about yesterday is I don't like these little icons that I copied. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I'm thinking about taking them off of the cabinets and actually putting them on the wall. So I might do that just to see what that looks like. And then if I don't like it, I give up. But I don't love the way this looks, and I think that just might be a better use of them. All right. I like this, I think, better than the cabinets. I mean, it's not perfect. I'm still not oh my God, this looks so great. But I do like the fact that the chaos is kind of a little bit more controlled and it looks kind of fun. And now that I'm seeing this, I'm thinking to myself, I should probably just do some experimental setups, using this equipment. So for example, I could take the Bunsen burner and put it near the ring stand and maybe use this test tube and test tube clamp to kind of build an apparatus. That might be kind of neat. But for right now, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to live with it for a little while. I still have some time before school starts, but I think for right now, this is where we will stop. So that is it for me. I am going to go home. I've been here for about an hour, so I got a lot of stuff done. I'm happy I got that What Does a Scientist Look Like wall done. The only thing left to do that I would hope to do before school starts, I don't know if I'm gonna make it though, is I want to do something with this bulletin board behind me. So if you have any ideas what to put on this bulletin board, let me know in the comment section. I hope this video gave you some inspiration. I know it was a little bit of a longer vlog, but I think showing you my mistakes can absolutely help you if you're preparing your classroom for the start of the school year. Next Wednesday is my first day of school with students. I am so excited to meet them. And as always, I will check in with you next week to tell you how it's going. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.